change it, and then and then it was over.
No, but you know, hey, listen, whether you want to comment on it, whether it was a joke, whether you want to vent about it, and look, if you want to get into the debate about Mike Smith, I'm cool. Like, I'm not going to sit, there's no yelling about it. Rico and I just disagree. Maybe I'm giving the kid too much latitude. No, I get it.
Yeah, no. I understand. You're correct. I understand why he took the shot, because he's been making big-time shots like that all season. It's just, go for the hype. If you were down by 3, yes, take it to overtime. Their big man is already gone. And UCLA, Mike, I guess I'm not that upset that they walked the ball up the court, because it's kind of how we talked about how Michigan adapted without Livers. UCLA had to adapt without Chris Smith. This was a guy, a senior guard, who got hurt this year. They weren't able to do the things that they were able to do at the beginning of the year. So you know what? We're going to do it on the fly. We got to bring the game down. We got to play the game in the 60s.
Didn't they also lose, like, and forgive me if I've got this screwed up, but didn't they lose, like, a top 10 overall player to the G League last minute? He was supposed to come play for them, and he disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't help either. But no, I get what you're saying. I do.
Right, they lost Chris Smith, because they were good to start off. It was just, you just had to watch West Coast basketball, and then they lose him. They had to reinvent themselves, and this is what they came up with, this team. Now, it probably won't do anything against Gonzaga, because Gonzaga is just playing at another level. But you had this, and I don't know if it was overconfident or what.
I just don't know how, and again, Michigan fan doesn't care what happens to UCLA from here on out. If they plan on walking the ball up the court against Gonzaga, that's fine. But how do you plan on getting stops? Because it doesn't matter whether you're in a zone. It doesn't matter whether you're in man. Gonzaga never stops moving. They never stop cutting. They never stop shooting. And you saw it last night against USC, and USC's zone was terrorizing people. Andy Enfeld was so discouraged, he went to a defense that he knew wouldn't work just because the zone was getting shredded. He went to man. And Gonzaga went, "You sure about that, bro? Watch this." I just don't know. I don't know what you do.
Maybe, seriously, go back to zone. Go back to zone. You
don't want that thing.
I mean, sure. Right. It reminds me of your whole pizza thing. It's like you're having pizza. I don't want people out here looking backwards.
It's the Alabama football pizza. Yep. You line up across from them, and you go, listen, put your mouth, there's the pizza, but I don't want people to hold pizza. Bama can do that because their players are just better than yours. Who wants pizza? Gonzaga's the same. Who wants pizza? 248-539-9797. We'll get your phone calls on this. We also, look, Michigan, despite the loss, they're still one of the blue bloods of the last decade. Rico ranks out the top 8. We do that bottom of the hour. Northfield Lumber, Trex decking experts. The largest selection, lowest prices. And with Northfield, you win every time. Everything's in stock all the time, whether you're a builder, a remodeler, or just a homeowner. They have the products you need. They got the guidance that you want. It's all there. Call Northfield to answer all your questions. And if you're sourcing products for construction or remodeling, why are you going to other places when the other places are probably getting new stuff from Northfield? What are we doing here? Save yourself time, money, and hassle. Call Northfield Lumber today. NorthfieldLumber.com. That's NorthfieldLumber.com.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Hey, it's Tom Milliken with a BetQL Tournament Timeout, brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Semifinals in the college basketball tournament are set, and in one half of the bracket, Baylor takes on Houston. Baylor's a 5-point favorite, and Houston is plus 180 on the money line. The total's around 135. Baylor has the best three-point shooting percentage, hitting over 40% of its threes, but Houston has one of the best perimeter defenses in the country. And if Baylor isn't pushing the ball in transition like it wants to, it won't get as many looks from three-point land. At the other end of the floor, Houston likes to shoot the 3-2. And Baylor has a stout three-point defense. The one advantage Houston does have offensively is on the glass, as it has one of the best offensive rebounding teams in college basketball. If you're looking to bet this game, consider Houston. But let's hope this number gets driven up by Baylor bettors before pulling the trigger. This BetQL Tournament Timeout is brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Download the app and sign up today. Must be 21 years or older, Michigan only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
Odyssey knows that having baseball back is just better. A full season of games to look forward to? Better. And using BetQL's proven data and analytics to cash in those baseball bets more consistently? So much better. BetQL looks at every potential bet from every game to find you the most profitable opportunities. It's time to make baseball betting better. Visit BetQL.com and use promo code BETTER for 20% off. That's 20% off with promo code BETTER at BetQL.com. BetQL, an Odyssey company.
Y'all, Jimmy Allen here. Life is cool these days. Just dropped my new EP, Betty James, collaborating with true music greats. My day's pretty busy, packing 48 hours into a day. I've joined Dove Men Plus Care Deodorant to shout out all of you putting in those kind of days. The eucalyptus and birch deodorant delivers 48 hours of protection, keeps me feeling fresh and confident, and it smells great too, which my fellow musicians have appreciated. Dove Men Plus Care Eucalyptus and Birch Deodorant, made with plant-based moisturizer that cares for your skin. Buy it now at Walmart and Target.
At CDW, we get the importance of clear communication.
I was on a conference call, and I think my boss asked me to send her roasted beets in a can.
Talk to the experts at CDW. Using Poly headsets and cameras, they'll orchestrate a collaboration solution that lets you hear and see clearly on any device, any meeting platform.
Huh. Looks like she asked me to send her the report sheets when I can. You like beets?
No. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Learn more at cdw.com/poly.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. And there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the Odyssey app today.
Dave, we'll get some of the ticket text. We'll go to the people. We've got the power rank to do, bottom of the hour. And again, if you disagree, I'd love to hear your side. I don't know how you come out of last night feeling like you didn't give away a Final Four. And that is, listen, man, if Juwan coaches there 20 years and he makes 5 or 6 regional finals, it'll be considered he did a really good job. Well, one of them was last night. And you totally blew it. And just do the shoe on the other foot exercise, okay? Psychological exercise. If we all were watching Duke or Kansas or UNC or Gonzaga go out and lose that game, you know what would happen if Gonzaga lost that game? You'd call them choke artists. If Duke went out, you'd go, my God, they just gagged away a Final Four. 49 points. Boy, I tell you, can you imagine if Michigan State went out there in a regional final and one of Izzo's better teams is a 1 seed and scored 49 points? Oh, I'm sure the Michigan fan base would have a field day with that.
January, February, chill.
Right. Bottom line, it is what it is. That's a really terrible ending to a nice season. They had a nice year. They won the Big Ten. Juwan proved he's legit. Those are all good things, and those are all still true. That's a brutal ending to the year.
Devastated Michigan fan here. I couldn't agree more with Rico's take on the game. Don't forget about the turnovers, though. They absolutely choked. Rough day today.
Yeah. Ooh. Before you get back to those ticket texts, can I just throw something out there for Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who the new betting favorite in Vegas is for the Niners to take it 3?
I'm hoping Justin Fields.
You're correct. He has now taken the lead over Mac Jones.
It was one of those you knew it was going to come down to his pro day. It's like, oh, well, you know, he's fading. Just wait till his pro day. Because look how we're reacting to everybody. Kyle Pitts. Oh, you know, he ran a 2.240. he's going to be the next this. It's his pro day. And then he'll come back down to earth a little bit. I still think it's going to be between those two, but I'm hoping that is.
I wanted to try to turn your frown upside down. David, go ahead.
Since Brown should have been on Zhang after half, I was confused why that didn't happen.
And again, well, the trade-off is Jaquez did nothing all night. So if you do what MSU did and you try to lock up Zhang, then Jaquez might go nuts. I don't know if there's an answer because my co-host, who happens to be brilliant sometimes, talked about this very issue before the game was played.
And that's
You
all
really
I
need
thought
a
about
pair of
last night.
defensive guys.
That's all I thought about last night was Rico, and I was so upset, and I didn't want to text him because Zhang was killing us, and the other guy wasn't, and I'm like, that's exactly what he said. No.
It's why you need a livers. Because the thing is, if you don't even put Chandy Brown on him, he's still going to shoot over him. Like, he would have stopped them from maybe penetrating, but Zhang was like, okay, I'll just shoot 40-foot jumpers. I'll just turn into Steph Curry. Because he was in the zone that night. You missed livers, didn't have it. And they're a 1-2 punch, but what really hurt you was the fact that you left Mike Smith on Tiger Campbell. Because that may have been Tiger Campbell's best game ever as a Bruin. He normally makes some big baskets, but he was a key part of the team last night. Yes, I watched UCLA basketball. I'm sorry. As Mike would say, I'm a loser. Yes, I know. I know. Nobody cares right now.
David, go ahead.
Michigan fan here. If I hadn't watched the game and you told me UCLA only put up 51 points, I'd assume Michigan won. The only explanation otherwise is they choked.
That's my point. It's not like you played an unbelievable game, 78-75 final. I'd still believe you let one slide and you lost to an inferior team, but we could say, okay, at least you didn't totally gag in the moment. To lose 51-49 in a regional final, I don't even have words for it.
That, you missed 10 layups. 10 for 20 were layups. You missed your last 8 shots. You had Hunter Dickinson missing free throws. That's where the choke part comes in, because you just didn't get it done. Okay, if you want to make it fair, Johnny Zhang could have been the bad guy, because he shoots 91% from the free throw line, made his first one, missed his second one, and that changed everything. Because now a three-pointer can beat you rather than tie the game.
Uh-oh. Headline: Freak, Burkett. Florida's Kyle Pitts isn't a tight end. He's a unicorn.
Well, there it is. Now, you didn't tell me he was a unicorn. Mike, if you'd have told me he was a unicorn, you have to take a unicorn myself. I mean, what other man walks around with a horn in his head? You got to take him.
I'm staying away from it, man. I'm telling you, these shows around the draft are going to get brutal if he has this hard line.
You already know where it's going to go. Lions fans will convince themselves that this is the guy that's going to lead them to the promised land.
If he's a consensus top 3 player in this draft and he's available at 7, it's a conversation I will force myself to have.
But remember, we've heard consensus top player before, and most of those consensus top players aren't that good. And Steve, oops, the Mel Kiper Juniors of the world, their money doesn't get reduced because they screwed up last year's draft. Hey, how's Mitch Trubisky? You got to take this guy at QB.
Who said
He's
that?
the next.
Trubisky wasn't consensus top 5. Only Ryan Pace thought that.
Right? A lot of people like Trubisky coming out of college.
Don't look at me. I was stunned on draft night when I saw what I saw.
Well, if it's consensus, I guess you got to take him. It's consensus.
That's what I'm trying to preach to you to at least consider.
Right, because the masses have never been wrong.
All right, then you know what? Spin an effing wheel and pick somebody, Rico. Is that how you want to go with it?
You probably can't
what
do
do
any
you want me
worse
to
than what
say?
they've done these past 10 years.
Oh, my God. David, what is it with this guy?
It's
What is
called, truth?
But you gotta at least leave the possibility. Otherwise, what are we talking about on the draft?
Right, to get excited about people making the same mistakes? Okay. Yay, make that same mistake. So it's going to be different this time. Okay, how's it going to be? How's it going to be different? Because the consensus says so, right?
In the organization, I don't know. God forbid I want this to work.
Vibes.
I'm going to Steve McComb. You're out of line. Steve, how are you? Wow.
Mike, I'm doing well. About yourself?
I'm okay, buddy. Talk to me. What do we got here?
So, Michigan fan, obviously, I'm extremely disappointed with the way they played yesterday. Couldn't make free throws, turning the ball over, took care of that. Wouldn't even be down to the last second. But what I don't understand is, and I see this a lot in basketball games when it comes down to the wire, you got 11 seconds left. Why don't you draw up a play where you get a guy open, or at least get the guy the ball, and throw a ball fake up there, try to get your defender in the air and draw the foul. If he doesn't go in the air, you still got time to pass the ball and hit an open man. And I don't know. I just don't know why I never see that. It's just disappointing.
Yeah, I was expecting something better to be drawn up. I realized the last couple of shots, all you had to do was just kind of hurl it up to the basket. Calling the timeout to freeze Zhang at the line, I thought they had something rather than just, push the ball up the court and shoot. You got to give this. You got to do something. I mean, you just called a timeout.
It almost feels like they said 3 because they thought he was going to make the free throw. And they just had that in their mind and said, we got to get a 3 to tie it.
Good point. That's a good point. 91% shooter at the line. You're identifying personnel. You're laying the most likely scenario. Again, does the player need to be smart enough to know that they missed? Yeah, but again, easy for us who are on the couch. Look, man, I get it. He should have driven the rack. He had a guy backpedaling. Tiger probably ends up falling on his ass. You're right. I didn't hate it. I didn't. They've had a knack for hitting the big shot. Transition threes a weapon in today's game. And you're right, Mike Smith did not have the greatest night, but I don't know. I'm not going to hammer the kid. I think it's more for me, all the things that led up to that shot needing to go in, that's the culprit. Missing 8 straight, missing 10 layups, missing free throws, allowing this garbage team to keep you in a game in the 40s. That's all the stuff I look at before I get to Mike Smith and I go, it's your fault.
And no, please, don't take it as I'm blaming him. I just thought it could have been a better shot. Could have. Him taking the hero shot, he's made that shot. So
Guilty as charged. I love transition threes. Can't help it.
It's dagger-like. I love it. I'm old school. I like the old-fashioned and one. Because then it's just like, not only did I get the basket, you got a foul, you may have fouled out, and I get a free.
I remember when MSU used to get in once. All right, let's get into the Blue Bloods. Rico ranking them out. Plus, he's going to tell you who else is transferring from the MSU program. Get into that next.
No, I'm not. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to tell you about a Chevy dealer in the area that's leading the way. Hamilton Chevrolet in Warren, 14 Mile and Mound. Andrew Pavlik, well, he's a little tired. He's a Wolverine fan. He stayed up all night to watch that game. But you know what? If you give him a call, he'll still hook you up with a good deal. And he'll still give you the Rico deal, even though I graduated from Michigan State. He's that nice of a guy. He's a great guy. 586-838-1537. You call up Andrew or get any of his sales staff. Ask for the Rico deal, a 2020 Chevy Trax LT, $99 a month. Seriously, $99 a month. For 24 months, all you got to do is bring in $995 down, get 10,000 miles a year to drive around. Best deals are found at 14 and Mound. Stop in and see my guys at Hamilton Chevrolet for details. Chevrolet, find new road.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Supercar Wash. The usual slowdowns continue through the 75 work zone, but there's also an accident, 75 northbound at 9 Mile, blocking the right shoulder. Supercar Wash gives unlimited chances to keep your car clean. For just $12.95 a month, wash every day at any 11 locations. It's quick, easy, and contactless, plus free vacuums and handheld drying. That's $12.95 a month. Drive up and sign up at Supercar Wash. Feel super. Go unlimited today. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Our energy grid. It powers the present and fuels the future. That's why DTE is working every day, planning and building the grid of tomorrow. Investing in infrastructure that's stronger and more resilient, using advanced technologies to make it smarter and more responsive, so you can have reliable, affordable energy where you need it, when you need it. Learn more at DTEenergy.com. DTE. There is nothing more beautiful than a tree. Unless, of course, it's fallen on your power lines. Fallen trees are responsible for nearly 70% of the time DTE customers are without power. So DTE is stepping up efforts to trim overgrown trees to keep you safe and the electric grid reliable. And it works. Where we've completed tree trimming, customers have had 60% fewer outages. Learn more at DTEenergy.com/treecare. DTE.
Do you have an extra car in your driveway that you're no longer using? Let Mother Waddles put it to good use. When you donate your car to Mother Waddles, you're helping to change a life. Just think, your generous car donation will help someone get a job, or further their educational goals, or help a needy person get back and forth to their doctor. Your old car still has value. So do your part and help Mother Waddles to help others by donating your car to Mother Waddles